Hey there, lads and lasses. This here is Thunderhand 64, of course, coming at you live from the west coast of the United States. And I would like to welcome you all to Friday! It is a little bit past 11 a.m. here in Pacific Standard Time, and that can only mean that it's time for some Buffooncraft SMP community server. Chaska's Friday! Indeed. Jeannie, how are you doing? I hope you were well. You guys can see the auto shout out there in the chat for Cheska's Genie. Fellow Buffoon VIP on the community server, on which we will be building today. No, not on Genie, but on the server. Hold very, very still. This won't hurt a bit, I promise. I'm good. Just tired. How's you? I'm also tired. But not necessarily in a bad way, because I streamed Generations late last night, and I couldn't finish my Generation stream on Wednesday. I started it and had to stop it. And so I figured I would wait until I felt up for it, and that was Thursday night. And we did some awesome stuff in there. You guys should check out the VOD for that, especially maybe the last 20 minutes of it is probably the funniest part of it. So, but we made great strides in the Baby Zombie Rush game yesterday, and it was last night, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but I'm a little worn out today, so we'll see how we do today here. We'll see how we do. That being said, let's switch over. So you can hear like this. You can hear this. But if I go here, how's that? Is that better? Okay. Thank you, Jeannie. Okay. So yeah, like I was saying, we have updated the community server to 1.20.5. We had installed some mods. Some of the mods had some sound control features to them. I'm not sure if they were incompatible or I didn't know how to use them. The latter is probably true. But I know that the game music would play even though I had it shut off, even though I went into those mods and tried to figure it out. But yeah, so I had to uninstall those mods because I can't have the DMCA strikes for the VODs. So, but it should be okay. It should be okay for this one. I'm so glad I'm here. No idea how far into the stream you would have got without streaming otherwise. Probably the entire stream. It's been a pretty stressful 2-3 weeks here. Like Wednesday, I wasn't able to finish my Generation stream at all. I got 20 minutes into it and said, yeah, you know what? No. So, and I did that last night instead. All right, let's try to... I need to speak to Nova actually about the new mod stuff. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can actually build something here today. Don't really have a plan for today. We'll see how it goes. Maybe bring the music down a little bit. Oh, it is nighttime. I have no game sound at all. All right. Let's see what's going on with this. So this whole week has been like, yeah, see, we should hear piggies, right? We should hear piggies there. We should hear lots of them. I think I know what it is. Here, let me try this. Okay, that should be better. I usually like to keep the game sounds right at about maybe 30%. That's usually pretty good. There we go. I keep forgetting, but that new separate mod sound thing is, yeah. It's a major pain in the butt. But, you know, the intentions being really, really good. But I'm also thinking I might be using it wrong. But if you're having problems with it too, maybe not. So I went and I uninstalled those just for now until I figure out what's going on with them. Okay, it's nighttime. Let's do a little bit of sleeping. Of course, things are a little lonely on the community server. There hasn't been a lot of activity on here lately. Some of us have been in here building some stuff, but that's usually the way that SMPs go, you know. There's a lot of excitement at the beginning. And then after a while things kind of taper off. People build what they want to build and then they're done. So me, I build slow enough where where I always have stuff to build, so yeah. That's how slowly I build. But also, what we're building is kind of massive, so let's have an overshot of this thing. Let's replenish our rockets first. We're going to use a lot of rockets today, people. Oh, hey, there we go. Waylander Tone. Oh, there he is. Nice save. Originally, had my volume at a good level for everything, but now the separate sounds, some stuff is insanely too loud, and it's too long and frustrating to try to go through and change every single aspect, so I've just not gone back on. Oh, well, that's kind of sad. Yeah, we got to fix that. I know Nova has a long weekend this weekend, so he might be able to help you out there with that. I just uninstalled those particular mods, so... Just for now until we figure out what's going on. Waylander Tone, you guys can see Tone's auto shout out there in the chat. Fellow Buffoon VIP. Let's get some rockets. Hey there. Tools, let me see. Box of rockets right there. Let's do this. Let's replenish the supply. For now, you know what? Well, I don't know. I'm going to have a lot of stone in the inventory quite soon, so we can do that. So, Tone, how are you doing today? What you building in here today? Let me see. Pickaxe is a little bit low, on the low side. Let's foodie up here. Let's do a little bit of that. All right, let me show you what the plan here is. You guys can see I've done a little bit of work on the base here. But without context, it's a little difficult to understand what's happening. There we go. So here's my plan, my general plan for the base right now. Okay, so some of you have seen this before. This particular kind of pattern is a mathematical recursion. We call that, it's called a dragon curve. And so I've decided to try to shape my base like this. Let's see, let's hit Z and zoom up on this. There we go. And so I've decided from an overhead point of view to try to make the base kind of shaped like this. We're going to start with the larger section in the middle, but the recursion actually starts. Let me do this. Let me do that so you guys can see down here. The recursion actually starts here with this line segment. This line segment here, and then you set another line segment to there, 90 degrees, and you set those two 90 degrees to each other, and you keep repeating the pattern 90 degrees to itself, and it grows, it grows, it grows like this into this, and then it tapers off. Comes around here and tapers off to there. I'm going to start with the middle largest section, though, because that way I can put more features into my base, because I don't really have a base yet. And you know, I can get most of the mountain shaped like this. The shaded areas here are chunks, and these are the chunks I've completed. And so I'm just going chunk by chunk here, following this kind of pattern. I just put on F3 and G like this, so I get the chunk borders. And that pattern is scaled like that. Going to work on Clock Tower. Oh, very cool. By the way, our shopping district downtown and stuff here on the community server is just the coolest one I've seen in a long time. It really is. Oh no, snow will gather on that. Gotta leave that open. Yeah, so what I do is I use this chunk with the trapdoor here as the as my registration chunk. You can see that probably here in the middle. Are we meant to be on the game? Not yet. So I use this one here as my registration chunk, and then from here I can, you know, register the other chunks so I can figure out what chunks I'm working on, which ones I've completed, and stuff like that. So if you go back now we can go back. We can flip that back on. We can turn that off. So now we're back. Okay, just checking. Yep, good. And so now if you fly up, let's get above this. You can kind of see it taking the shape of that. There are other chunks, and we need to do something about the snow accumulating down there and obscuring the design. But you can see it starting to take shape here. right? Now, if I fly out, I'm sketching it all out in plain stone like this. But I'm thinking when I get the final shape complete, at least for this section, I'm going to introduce some sort of gradient and some sort of features here to break that up a little bit to make it look a little cooler, hopefully. But this could turn out to be a massive flop. I mean, I could put a lot of work into this, and it could turn out just awful looking. I don't know. I'm going to try to have some sort of blend into the train. I just don't know how I'm going to do that yet. So I'm going to start out with this kind of feature first. I'm also going to have it grow upward as well. I'm going to figure out a way to do that. A lot of these things I haven't planned out yet, so I'm figuring I'll just proceed chunk by chunk, get the main design into place first, and then see what I can do with that. You mentioned trapdoor, which wasn't meant to be looked at. Yeah, I was more talking to myself there for this part here. But the trapdoor can actually be seen. That chunk can be seen back here. I've got a little marker right there. But I suppose some context would make that clearer, right? So this is my registration chunk here. There's the trapdoor that marks that. And over here, this actually is the center of the portal right over there. And I can use that to help register my chunks so I can keep track of what I'm doing here. So, yeah, so that corresponds with this and this chunk here, and then the portal marker is actually that block right there in this chunk. And so I can use those two chunks as registration chunks, and then from there I can then coordinate everything else. Oh, the slightly different colors, Marcus, makes sense. Yeah, because it's critical to have some sort of registration here, right? And then I can use chunk borders here. So if we go back to the display, I keep doing that. It's display 2. If we go back to the display, you can see that the red squares represents, each red square on the grid represents a block, and the blue squares are the chunk borders, right? And so if I then, and I perfected this technique back in season 4 when I was building the giant hand build. I also did this kind of thing. I used the chunk borders, and I used this program, Affinity Designer. Please, Brain, can you please stop doing that? I used this graphics program, Affinity Designer, which is super cool, by the way. And so I make the layout in here. I turn on the grid, and I adjust the grid to scale to blocks and chunks, and then that way I can register. So you remember when you were in math class and you were doing graphs and stuff and scaling and algebra? I don't understand when I'm going to use this later on in my life, Mr. Thunderhand. Yeah, right now. That's when. So let us turn the screen chat back on. Let's do that. Let's go back over here. We'll do our sleeping. I loved algebra, hated everything else mathy. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to work on, let me see, let's do, and And I think we're going to work on this chunk here today. Right there. That means we've got a lot of material to remove and then maybe some columns here to build up. So these chunks usually take the longest, depending on where they're situated, because there's a lot of material to remove. I got to bring this down to layer 117. And I'm currently on layer 165. So there's quite a bit. And then we may have to replenish our tools at some point. So we'll see how it goes. So we'll do that. So let us get over here. Here's our registration chunk here. And it looks like I need to go over 1, 2, 3, and then 1 down. So I need to go 1, 2, 3, or I need to go 3 east and then 1 south. So it looks like this chunk is the chunk on which I am going to be working. I need a little bit of stone in my inventory though, so let's do that just to get started. And just to mark out those columns, maybe I can get away with not bringing everything down and then having to build those back up. Yeah, we can do that. And let me see. My first pickaxe is down. I'm on my second pickaxe. I may have to take a break and go replenish those over at the zombie piglin farm in the Ziggy farm on the roof of the Nether. So we'll see. But I think that's on my dyslexia and learning styles. It could be. Could be. Let's skim off the snow a layer like this. All right, so this chunk. All right, so let's get a map together for this. Let me see. It looks like I'm going to clear 2 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it looks like I'm going to have a column right there. And it looks like I'm going to carry 3 of these over. There's... One, two, looks like I need 3. I've got to be careful because there's quite a bit of powdered snow. Maybe not on this side of the slope, on the east side of the slope, but there's a lot on the south side of the slope. I should be wearing my mukluks right now. Okay, so we'll have these 3 columns right here. Okay, and then off of this one, we need 1 forward. There we go, like that. There we go. All right, and again, I'm just following the pattern here on the diagram, which you guys can't see at the moment. Let's get ourselves a little bit more stone. Just to outline this. Arc! Hands, please. We just wasted a rocket there. Let me see. We have that. We need another here. We're going to need so much more stone. Let's just go get some in the inventory right now. Stop playing around and just get it done. We'll start off with that much. All right, let me see. We do that. Let me see. I have another one coming off of here. Wrong tool. go. We've got that one. That should take care of. Let me look at it from the same orientation like this with that one there. Got that one and that one. Now there's two more columns. There's one that comes off of here and one that comes off of there. So let's get those in place. So there's one here. Again, hopefully we don't encounter any powdered snow over here. And I might have to move my beacon over. You guys can see the beacon over there where I was working on those chunks. I might have to bring it over here a little bit. But I don't know. I'm looking in my upper right-hand corner, and I'm seeing the Haste 2 beacon over there. And so it extends out to 50. I should be okay. I'll just have to test it and get over here and see if it's still reaching. And then my last column goes right here. And then I can then remove everything else. And there's going to be a lot to remove. One thing I'm trying to do is preserve the landscape around the mountain here because it's so nice. It's so beautiful. All right, that should do it. Everything else has to be brought down to level. So I'm looking at, let me see. I think the easiest section to work on would be this one right here first and just skimming down all of that snow. So I think I'm just going to do that first. Let's take a look over here. So I'm thinking we'll just reduce all of this first. And we'll start with our shovel. And then we'll skim all the snow, all the stone off the surface first. So we won't have to, and then see if we can get away with not having to change tools. Yeah, we've got some hollowness down there. Some cavery that we have to deal with. And then we'll just carry everything outward like this. So I'm thinking I can get all the snow out first. Right into the next chunk. Some of the snow I will save. Some of it I shall not. It's good to see Tone on here, though. Thank you. You're welcome. Uh-oh. We have an Endy down there. Go ahead. Make your move, Endy. You skin that smoke wagon. See what happens. Yeah, let's bring all of this stuff down. Yeah, we're going to be switching tools quite a bit here. These columns we're going to have to update quite frequently with their edge details and stuff. So let's slap down the bed here. And yeah, dealing with mobs while doing this is a real pain in the bigu. So it's just easier to sleep. There, let's get rid of all that dirt. Okay, good, 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 good. Ugh, gravel. Am I the only one who is annoyed by gravel? I mean, I shouldn't be. Gravel's real useful, especially when you want to make concrete and stuff. But I don't know. There's just something really annoying about it. I'm not suggesting it should be taken out of the game by any means, but it's a little bit annoying for some reason. I can't quite put my finger on it because, see, in Minecraft we don't have fingers, so that's probably why. More likely, very annoying all the time. Ah, all right. So Toad agrees with me. All right. Do when you build giant hands. Yeah, fingers, right. That was a particularly difficult part of that build, is getting those fingers in the right position and to make it. Wow. That, I think that is yeah, it is. It is the hardest thing I've ever built in Minecraft. The hand was hard to do, but the lightning effect around the hand, that was brutal. That was very, very hard to do indeed. That was the hardest part of that build. I was also very pressed for time on that too, because the season had already ended, and I had decided to try that lightning effect at the last moment. Viewers wanted to see that, and I had to figure out a way to do it. It took me a couple of attempts, but we got it done. We got it done. Thank you, sir. Thank you. It better be, considering all the work we put into that. I don't know when next I'm going to try to do something of that kind of scale. Probably not for a while. That was mostly me just trying to convince myself I could build like a buffoon. That I'm justified in being on this server. That was a big part of that. Got to hand it to you. I mean, you didn't just palm it off. Ah! Ugh! Enough with those puns. You're gonna see the back of my hand. That one. The back of that hand. I just wish I knew how to pace myself better for that one, so I could have developed the landscape around it better, because that was a beautiful site there, on which to work. It was super, super beautiful landscape in that area. Wow. This is a huge coal deposit. Please end. I'm just too Scottish to let it go, right? So, please just end. Oh no, there's more. There's more. Let's do that. This is going to be hollow later, so let's stop mobs from spawning. I mean, I don't really need it so much. I have a lava farm, so I don't need it for smelting. Torches, though, yeah. And I know I could just make the stuff with coal and wood. That stuff. You guys know of what I speak, or try to speak. Brain just will not make mouth work right now. Okay, that's not us. All right, we're good. Oh, okay. You see, this will come down to heal. I mean, eventually that's going to be removed, but I don't need to deal with that right now. You know, Lex has occasionally dropped by and helped me out with this. So I just defined the chunk for him, and then and we just build or demo actually this kind of stuff, demolish it. And this is the right kind of task for that too, because once you get the pattern into shape, you don't really have to think too hard about it, so you can talk. This is actually the stuff I prefer to stream. I know it's not quite as exciting as like last night's stream with the Baby Zombie Rush stuff. That was hilarious. But this stuff, I can interact with the chat a little bit more with this because I don't have to concentrate quite so hard on it. Once you get the plan into place, you know, you could just grind. It's a little bit easier that way. I don't have to multitask. Also get rid of that. I could do this and then switch and then reduce this down. Yeah, that's the cool thing about being in this biome is there is lots of coal and there is lots and lots of iron in here. Going to have to empty the inventory here pretty soon. And I have to save a lot of this stone because we're going to build other areas of this off of this, and we're going to use stone as a base block. And then, as I had mentioned earlier, we're going to, you know, incorporate some gradients and stuff as soon as I have those worked out. See if I can make an interesting kind of effect. Really got to make a dent in this thing because we have some traveling and stuff coming up soon. Kachi only has maybe a little over 2 more weeks left of school, and then he's out. Then my older son only has a few more weeks left of university, and then he's coming back home, and then we have some traveling we have to do. And so there's going to be, for me, it's only going to be about 2 weeks. So there'll be an interruption of stream. I might try again to do a little, like, checking in stream from Taiwan like I did last year. I'll see if I can get that in there. Depends on what our situation is like over there this time round. Please give me my bed back. There we go. And then the mighty real foolish Sage is here. And of course, call me Eve Gaming. Hey there, you two. You guys can see the shout out for Eve. Sage, of course, being another fellow member here of the Buffoon VIPs. What are you doing there, you bony so-and-so? Oh, don't even think about it. Got a flaming arrow with your name on it. Yeah, we're good. Tone, language. Going to take my break from zombie apocalypse here. Oh, okay. Cool. You're streaming right now. Because I didn't get the notification while I was setting up for my stream. No, you're probably just playing that, right? Okay, cool. Eve, congrats on the new job, by the way. All right, yep. Let's go continue to bring this down. Let's tear into this. Bring all of this stuff down. So you can see we're only at level 150. We have to get this all the way down to level 117. That will likely take most of the stream, if not all of it. Speaking of which, where am I? We're about at 11:50 right now, so we have about 70 minutes left of the stream. I think I can get this chunk done by then. Done as in finished. Can remember my high school technical drafting teacher saying to me, "Food is done. People are finished." Ah, so satisfying. As I mentioned earlier, it's been a super stressful week. So to be able to chill out and just do some grindy stuff is nice. So much coal, so much iron. Wow, that is another big coal deposit. Got another one right there. Got another one right there and a dry throat. All right, that's better. You're not streaming, right? Did Tone say a naughty word? Yes, he did. That's the chat with a different vowel. Did I hear you have a new job, Eve? Congrats. I do, thank you. All right. Fuck. Feet, come on. Please. There we go. Now I've got my rhythm. A little bit more cavery right there. Let's go knock out. Let's go clean that up. Right there with a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Get that out of there, and that, and that. We'll go clean that up. That's good. Let's go deal with this. Get the benefits of the coal and a little bit of tool repair as we're going along too. So. Okay, that's good for that deposit. This deposit's going to go down a level or so, but that'll be fine. That'll be just fine. Get that out of there. We don't need the snow blocks. Big deposit. Then maybe we may just have to go drop off some, clear our inventory here. We'll get rid of a little bit of stone there. We should be fine. How are we doing? Yeah, we should empty this out. Okay, we're getting there. We are making progress. Ow. My cankles. Let's do this. We'll reduce this to blocks so it just stores a little bit more efficiently. Let's do that. Let us do that and this. over here. We'll put our terraforming stuff right in there for now. Okay, our pickaxe is holding out, so we might be okay. Been home 2 months now, so we'll have to get used to it again. So are you landscaping or collecting? Yeah, landscaping, terraforming. That's what I'm doing. I love your two-sided underwater elevator. Yeah, you had been working on your base over there, your underwater base over there, Eve. You shouldn't say ankles like that. It's a very bad word in Dutch. Of course, you now I'm curious, right? Well, do you have a word that describes a person whose calves joined their ankles all in like with no intermediate shape in between? See, I have to ask questions like that. Well, I don't have to, but I like to, because my wife's from Taiwan, right? And so I'll often ask her about those kind of idioms and metaphors and stuff that they have for things. Like if in American style English, anyway, if we have a metaphor for something, then I'll ask her, do you guys have a metaphor for that as well? And she'll tell me what the metaphor is, and it's usually really funny. Like my older son was talking about going out on a date with his girlfriend, and her friend was tagging along, and of course that ruins the date. And so my son and I were talking about third wheel, and so I asked my wife, I'm saying, do you guys must have an idiom for that, right? Third wheel. And she goes, oh yeah, we call that person light bulb. You have to think about it for a second. It's like, oh yeah, I totally get it. Like, you two want to have an intimate moment, a private moment, but that third person's like the light bulb, so you can't have any privacy. It's funny. I love that kind of stuff. Different languages and stuff and the way they do things. Let me see. That, no, that's going to come down later, so I don't have to do any kind of repair work right there. I should be okay. And I think the pattern I should be doing is going from out in. So I can deal with this kind of stuff like this. Ooh, some emeralds. Get rid of some of this dirt and snow, so we don't have to keep switching tools. Well, we're going to have to keep switching tools, but maybe we can do a little less. How far? Yeah, I've still got a long ways to go. So 117 is right about down there. It's not just wanted to see how you would react. It's just a prank, bruh. Sounds like it could be a Dutch word, though. I mentioned Lux was helping me out with this on a couple of occasions, during which we were talking about Luxembourgish. Which was so much fun to talk to him about that. All right, this should... This should... More emeralds. Awesome little decorative block, especially for the trading hall. You guys may have seen where I put some in the trading hall. I have so many of those emerald blocks now from working in this biome. One of the things I'm going to have to do is it's funny you should mention that, Tone. I was just going to mention I haven't run the raid farm in a while, and I really need to. We need to run that thing as much as possible, actually, before the 1.21 update drops and the server is updated to that, because that will no longer work with that update. And so we really need to get as much out of that as possible right now. So, and I haven't been doing that, so I need to get back in here and I need to run that during my off times, because that's just an AFK thing, you know, with an auto clicker. I can just set that up and run it while I'm doing other things. But that's a really finicky farm to run too, so it's very easy for things to go greatly awry when you're running. And then when that farm breaks too, it's really a pain in the butt to fix that thing. So it's a pretty finicky farm to run, and it's not at all fun to fix it. But still, it needs to be run. We need to build up as many emeralds as we can before that update drops. Ooh, I'm a hoot. Yeah, he and I are neighbors. Yeah. Yeah, you are, now that I think of it. Plus, almost the same flag, yeah. That's what traders are for. Greener Canuck and I, well, I was going to say single-handedly, but there's two of us. We annihilated the economy of the server in one fell swoop with that raid farm. Free money. See the villagers in the trading hall shaking their heads. When is the thing that puts the melons back together coming out? Oh, the autocrafter. Yeah, same update. Same update, and I'm right with you there. There are so many of us who simply cannot wait for that autocrafter to drop. That thing is going to be a godsend. That's going to be one of the most significant transformations in the game. A couple of notable sources disagree. They say it's just a minor upgrade, but it's not. And I don't mean transform it in a bad way. I mean in a very, very good way. At least I feel. You know, there's some people who don't agree, but... me see. I'm probably at the halfway mark now. I should switch to standing mode, right? 12:07, yeah. I didn't mind at all. And another update, no woodcutter. Why am I missing that woodcutter reference? Help me, Eve. Help my brain understand. So you don't... Oh, like the stone cutter. Oh, okay. That's not something we already have. That was something that they were thinking of implementing, and then they decided not to. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that... I mean, I'd like to see that. I think that makes sense. I mean, there are some prices for things, for building things with the crafting recipes that are absolutely insanity. Like trapdoors, for example. Really? 6 planks of wood? Really? Or how about a button? An entire plank of wood just for a button. And you're thinking, well, I can't input a fractional plank, but it's like, well, you can put in 1 plank and that would give you like 4 buttons maybe. You could do something like that. You could go inversely with it, right? No, that's something I wanted for probably about 8 years. Yeah, you and I both. And I'm not the only one. Yep, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't make sense that it's not in the game. And it especially doesn't make sense that it's not in the game when you have the stone cutter. Right? I mean, if you're arguing against the mechanic, then it's like, oh, well, what's the deal with the stone cutter then? And they may be thinking, well, stone is harder to obtain. No, it's not. No, it's not. I mean, look how much stone I'm accumulating here. And imagine me going out there and trying to get the equivalent amount of wood out of that I'm getting here, right? They may be thinking, you know, well, we don't want to make another job block out of it, right? And then have another type of villager, another type of villager profession, right, associated with it. They're thinking it's probably too much work. But you know what? Just don't make it a job block for now. Then you can think of, you know, some other villager profession associated with it, lumberjack, something like that later. Lumberjack. That'd be hilarious. And here comes Sage. Yeah, like how hard is it to add it? Yeah. I mean, there is that, you know, concern about, you know, making another villager profession associated with it if you're going to have it be a job block. Also, I mean, you can't just water and lava to make cobblestone and then furnace it into stone. Yeah. Toad. What? That should be okay. Innuendo's all right. I don't mind that. Retype it again. I'll permit it. That was me. Maybe. I just want to point out that I don't get in trouble here. So let that sink in, everyone. I behave. Oh, behave. I suppose that is a valid point. There's no getting in trouble on the stream. Although editing the VOD afterwards, I don't like doing that. It's not a deal breaker, but it is annoying. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. We're getting down there now. We're 138. Yeah. And again with the gravel. Wow, that is a huge patch of gravel. Look how big that is. Fuck. That's probably going to be taken away. This won't be, though. And I'm not sure about that, so I'll leave those. And I think it's time we empty the inventory. Let's do that. Survey our progress here. Right on that chunk right there. Let's empty our pockets. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Like that. Let's do that. We'll go toss that in the furnace. I just put a whole bunch of gravel in there. Maybe not, right? No, we're good. Go stash the emeralds down here. There we go. Ow. I'm looking at the chat while I'm climbing. That's not a good thing to do. Okay. All right, Tone. I don't like being rude. Unless it's funny. Okay, time for some stuff addicted adults do. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just eating, so mostly watching. And Lone Star! Lone, I didn't see you drop in there a little bit earlier. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome to Friday. Guys can see the auto shout out there for the mighty Lone Star. Fellow buffoon. Let's see. Let's go take this down here. Let's go deal with this coal. Let's go do that first. Cut down on the tool switching. All right, we'll dig away some of this dirt. We'll need this for the ground level a little bit later, so that's why I'm saving the dirt. Great. There we go. Let's take it from here. Not like that. Down to 138. I expected to be in the 120s by now. We'll have to do our sleeping here in just a moment. And let's see here. Smoke and now a beer. Alone is a bad influence. Says who? Well, says Eve, clearly. Lone smells. Ew. Who wants to follow Lone? No one. You guys, wow. Thunder, Lone said a main thing about you. Lone said you aren't important. All right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this chunk done by the end of the stream. There's a lot of material to remove here. Of course, we have a little bit of sorting we need to do while we're removing it, so that slows things down a little bit. Get caught up in the chat here in just a moment. Cheska's the snitch. Ooh, snitch, eh? Okay, I'm stopped. We had a bit of a rumble here the other day. Had a bit of a quake. Not a big one, clearly. About a 4.5 maybe, and it was about maybe 16 miles southeast of us. The epicenter was, anyway. And we like those kind of earthquakes, because every time you get a little slip like that, that relieves the stress so you don't get a big slip. It was a bit of a rumble. Shook things up a little bit, but then it stopped. It was very momentary. No, I did not check myself safe from the rumble of the May 1st rumble on Facebook. Okay, we're getting there. That's how far we have to go down. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this by the end of the stream or not. We'll see. Wow, our pickaxe is down anyway. We're going to have to go fix that. That means off to the Ziggy farm. Let's unload our inventory first. Get rid of this excess snow. Bye-bye. And let me see. Let's do that. It's not going to be a multiple of 4, but that's okay. Multiple of 9, I should say. Okay, let's go repair our stuff. There we go. I'm back with a beverage and a banana and kiwi to compensate. Okay. So let me see. Buffoons usually get together on Saturday night. So I'm hoping we'll be able to have some drinks in the Buffoon Discord. Which means at some point today I'm going to have to stop by and restock. Because I'm all out of Guinness. But I might do Bellhaven today. I might get some Bellhaven. We'll see. Sometimes it makes him. It takes him a few moments to realize something is amiss. Hey, where did Chauncey go? Okay, now they know what's going on. Yeah, I'll be there. Good. Means I'll have to stop by the drop by the store on the way home from bringing Kachi home from school. Done. Yeah, I don't know if there's some McEwen Scotch Ale. I might get some of that, but the brewery doesn't put that out on regular intervals, so that's kind of hard to get over here now. But Bellhaven still has their Wee Heavy, so I'll probably get some Bellhaven Wee Heavies. Maybe pick up a 4-pack. Okay, that's enough. Maybe drop in and have a look at the bee farm. Why, hey there, my bumblebee bees. How be you today? Hawk, you have been busy, huh? Oh, yeah. There we go. Let's head on down. This is the wither cheesing area that I set up. There we go. And we need to do the sleeping bit. How am I doing for time here? I have 29 minutes left of the stream, and I do not think that that's going to be enough time to finish that chunk. That's a lot of work. I see a name tag down there. Tone. There he is. Hey there. Do I have my voice on right now? There we go. That should be better. Tone, you can keep what you mine. All right. So if you mine any iron, any coal, any emeralds, keep what you mine. Appreciate the help. How did the clock tower come out? You know, I should really zip over there on the way back towards the end of the stream and drop by the downtown area, provided I make enough progress on this.
I've got tons of stone, coal, and everything, so
okay.
I just came to give you a hand.
Appreciate it. But like I said,
No
you can
worries.
take whatever you mine here.
Yeah, I was mining out a bit of a mountain myself, so I've got I've got plenty of stone for anything I need. And whenever I see coal, I always silk touch it, and then I fortune it later. A certain lovely lady needed some coal for turning sand into glass, so I just bought a couple of stacks of blocks of coal and turned it into normal coal.
Ah, yes, I
think she
understand.
had more than enough she needed. And that didn't even come close to getting rid of my coal supply.
So how much glass did Eve need?
Oh, have you not seen what she's done?
I've seen a bit of it. I haven't been over there lately, though. I have to admit.
Oh, you need to have a look.
Yeah, I definitely should. Right.
It's amazing. It looks kind of like a Greek temple. I really need to get this pickaxe up to efficiency 5. I've only got 4 on it. I keep forgetting. Or I think it told me it was too expensive when I tried.
Oh yeah, there's an order in which you can enchant things so you can fit the maximum amount of enchants on them.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
There's a website, and I've posted the link in the Generations Discord. It's got a little app, a little Java app in it. It's really cool. You just enter in your whatever it is you're trying to enchant and the enchants that you want to put on it, and it will calculate the optimal order for you to enchant them in to give you the least amount of cost. Super handy.
Sweet.
I don't use it for a lot of things, but things like boots. I usually put most of the enchantment on the boots, and so that comes in real handy for that. The bow it also comes in handy for.
Yeah, bow would be really handy.
Yeah, because you want all the enchants for the bow, right? So.
Yeah, I've got a couple of really good bows.
All right, let me see. We're down to layer 128. We're going down to 117, so we might be able to do this.
Trying to finish my sword portal. At least I've done it to a degree. I'd like to do a little more, but I'm not sure what exactly. Just
Yeah,
decorative.
that does look super cool.
At some point, I kind of want to also do netherrack right to the bottom of the water, like spreading out, as if the portal sword going into it is corrupting.
Oh
the
yeah,
area.
yeah. Like the nether dimension is spilling out into ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is I need all the nether brick for the clock tower at the moment. And we're going down to 117.
Yeah. So I'm just going to remove the dirt away, so then we could just use one tool, right? You don't have to keep switching tools. And that, actually, we're going down to 116 because I have that 117 layer is dirt, so it won't be stone. There we go. And we'll bone meal this and regrow the vegetation back. But I have another feature that's going to be built into these chunks, so it's easier.
That glow squid farm I've done, that seems to be working a hell of a lot better if I'm at ground level rather than at the level it told me I should be AFKing at. So I went down to see if it had done anything, and there was like over half a double chest full.
And I'm sorry, which farm was that? Was that the glow squid farm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish Nova would make his damn Guardian farm shop. I need dark prismarine. If I don't make it soon, I'm just gonna raid the farm.
Well, I mean
Leave
that's.
some diamonds.
I mean, I that's what we've all been doing. We've just been using the farm.
Well, he sort of blocked off. I don't like doing that, but.
Oh, did he? I guess I haven't been over there in a while.
Yeah, he closed it off until he builds the shop. But then he's not building the shop.
All right, how am I doing for time here? We still got like 20 minutes of the stream. That's plenty of time.
Giving us a clue about what is going to be done after you've taken all this lot down, or are you keeping that a secret?
Actually, I haven't decided yet.
Fair enough.
I mentioned some of the ideas at the beginning of the stream, some things I was thinking about trying, but nothing etched in stone yet. All right, let me slap down the bed. I'll do the sleeping thing so we're not accosted by mobs. All right. Let me see. Let's keep this going here. And that right along there.
What martial art is it you do at the dojo?
Kempo. So cross between. It's mostly karate, but it's got some Shaolin Kung Fu. It's like the original mixed martial art. Been doing that for about maybe 8 years.
Nice. I did Kung Fu when I was like 12 or so. Unfortunately, when I moved from where I was living, there wasn't anywhere still doing it, and then I went back. Just not able to do that sort of stuff anymore.
Oh, that's a shame. I do that mostly for Kachi and Biggie, though, my sons, so I train them up, both of them. That I just got involved so I could do it with them, you know.
Well, that helps keep you in good shape.
Honestly, that's all I really do it for nowadays. Because I'm an old dude, you know. I don't compete or spar anymore. I used to a lot, but like the last 4 years or so, I haven't really been that active in it. I've just been going there just to get my exercise in, just to keep the body moving.
I was never really into the actual fighting part. Just like having the skills, you know?
Yeah.
And grew up watching Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Chuck Norris. That's what it was all about for me. And I went from doing 100 sit-ups just for fun to not being able to do any.
that's almost where I'm at right now. I'm not quite that bad, but I'm getting there fast.
One bad accident playing football.
Okay, almost there. Almost there. Let me get rid of this. Then even if we don't get down to like level 117, let me see. I have like 13 minutes left of the stream. That should be enough time. But I still want to just fly into town a little bit. I want to take a look at Eve's build and a couple other things, and then sign off. tea.
Tea is life, life is tea.
All right, let me see. I'm going to empty my inventory. Be right back. Some point we're going to have to pose for a thumbnail. We could do that. Come on over here. That can go there. We'll do this. Lock. And if for some reason we run over the stream a little bit, that's fine. I can't go over too much, though, because Kachi gets out early today, so I got to make sure I'm there to pick him up. Use some of this here, do a little bit of filling. Then we'll have quite a bit of filling to do here. Actually, that dirt I stashed in the chest up there, I'm going to have to go back up there and get that.
I've got some dirt here.
All right.
This 64, 35, and another 64.
That might do it.
I watched that Fall Guy movie earlier.
What'd you think of it?
Loved it.
Really?
It's very different to the TV series. Don't even try comparing it because they're nothing alike. But the film itself,
Do you speak of the old TV series with Lee Majors?
Of course. I love the TV series with Lee Majors. I grew up watching it.
Really?
I wanted that truck. I still want a model of that truck. I want models of Kit, Street Hawk, Airwolf, the Fall Guy truck, the Smokey and the Bandit Pontiac Trans Am Firebird.
Oh yeah.
All those amazing vehicles from shows that I grew up with.
And of course, the mighty Shut Mountain. Sorry, I didn't see you in there just now. Isn't Kempo the art of disarming? Not quite. Not quite. features some of that stuff in there, breaking holds and grabs and things like that. But Kempo's more regarded as the first real mixed martial art. Going to go grab a little bit more dirt.
Yeah.
And then we can pretty much wrap things up. It's 12:55 right now. And, you know, I may go over the stream a little bit, but almost there. He's sitting around doing nothing. I'm posing for the thumbnail for the stream while I'm standing around doing nothing while you're working in the background.
No,
There he is. All right. Let's slap down the rest of this dirt. We should be fine. Let me see. A couple of stacks of stuff there. That might be enough. I'm trying not to pull too much from the hillside. I've got chests and chests and chests of it up there, so.
yeah.
Because I want to save the landscape a little bit.
Yeah, you got it done in time.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. I'm going to extend the stream a little bit. I'm going to fly on into town. I'll fly over Eve's base.
I'm going to fly up and dump the stuff I got in your shulkers up there.
Yeah, I'm going up there for a little bit more dirt, too. Yeah, you could just dump them in this chest. Don't worry about sorting. I'll take care of that later. I go place what I have here, and then it's off to downtown. Eve's base looks awesome. Yeah, we're about to take a look at that, actually. Amongst some other things. I also want to check on the Second Chances shop while I'm down there. Although there hasn't been really a lot of traffic on the server, so I don't expect too much in the way of sales. But we'll see. You know what? Let's just... we're probably going to wind up taking this down anyway, so let's just grab a little bit off the side. I think we'll be good. We have this whole strip in the back. We're going to need a little bit more. I'm trying not to devastate the landscape too much around here. Okay, that's enough. That'll do it.
Thunder, I'm going to leave those 2 shulkers there, because those chests are all full. Just give them, pop them back at my base at some point.
Will do.
Alright, I'll catch you later, dude.
Thank you so much for the help. Appreciated it.
Pleasure. Welcome.
Yeah, so Tone's base is immediately west, right over there. It's what neighbors are for. Indeed. All right, so let me see. I think if we go to Lone Star's mob farm and then fly across the water, we can get a look at Eve's place on our way into town. Ow, my face. Ow. There we go. If I can recall my way around this place. It's been a while. Of course, the Lone Star's awesome mob farm, which has kept us in supply for quite some time. I can see Eve's base over there. Let me do this. Let's get our render distance up there a little bit. Catch you later. Going to log now and run to the shops. Have a good evening, sir. Thank you so much for dropping in the stream and lending out a hand. It was fun. That's what SMPs are for, so you can interact with others. Wow. Let's crank up the render distance like we said. Options, video settings. Let's go over here. Well, I'm doing pretty good at 23 chunks. Let's bring it all the way up to the 32. We should be fine now. There we go. Apply. Done. And done. Back to game. Okay, I see the marble with the quartz. And this awesome bubble vader. And then she's got some underwater bits there too, and you can see her her conduit down there. Eve, I hope you don't mind. I don't think that you do, but okay, so as Tone, I believe Tone had mentioned earlier, you can see that this bubble vader has 2 streams. So here's your upstream and there's your downstream. So north and south. So downstream is here. So cool. Eve, this is looking really great. Man, you know, one thing I haven't done is install the shaders yet. I'll bet you this looks spectacular with the shaders. Okay, so there's the ocean surface with a... although... you might want to have... well, I don't know. That might be an entrance. If that's an entrance, then you don't need a neutral water stream there. Yeah, okay, so you get entrance and exit on either side. All right, that makes sense. And this part, I have seen this down here. Looking awesome. Definitely a buffoon-worthy build. It is nighttime, though. We need to do some... I'm not going to show off too much of it. I will leave that for Eve and her stream. But that is definitely looking cool. Let's fly on into town. We'll drop by the shop first. Do a little bit of sleeping. We have not sold any glowstone yet. But like I said, there hasn't been a lot of traffic on the server lately, so. It is amazing. Indeed it is. Eve knows I approve of the geometric style builds. Let's see, how about redstone? No, not much in the way of redstone. How about totems? No, not really. Then again, like I said, there hasn't been a lot of traffic on the server, so. The second chances shop. We still have a little bit more decorating we have to do. There's some armor stand stuff I want to try in here. Okay, a little bit. A little bit. Honey Vader. There we go. And I don't know. This looks like a genie build. Not entirely sure. And then Tone is working on his glow squiddy farm. Shulker farm, which has been very, very useful. The No Lux Casino, which is going in. Again, you know, I'll show a little bit of this stuff, but I'd really like the creators to show that off in their own streams so they get the traffic. But, yeah, that's going in. Mr. Sage.
Hello.
Hey there. What brings you to town today, sir?
I'm going to have a nice little snack at the Happy Farm Barbecue and Grill.
Happy Farm Barbecue and Grill. Oh, I like the straw, the hay bale floor.
Yeah, I thought it was nice and thematic.
Beef, chicken, potatoes. Oh, really? Does this...
I'd like some beef. And you, poof, beef.
It dispenses. Would you look at that? Tatties on demand like that at the push of a button.
Yeah. And then they replenish. Like you took a potato, so it's baking more.
Nice.
Yeah, there's like a bit of a storage system up here that I have to fill up every now and then, but yeah.
All right, yep. That's your inventory up there.
That's the coal.
Yep, for the
Char
fuel.
grilled.
Yeah.
Char grilled. Very nice.
Only way to barbecue, I think.
I'd originally thought of using lava, but that meant that every now and then, instead of steak, you'd get a bucket. So,
Good point.
so yeah.
Nice. You know, I like how you use the mini blocks.
I saw the mini blocks for sale. I was like, look, this is too perfect.
Yep.
You know, like the floor with the hay bales, and you put the hay bales as decorations, and you can't really see them, but like up there, in the flower bed, are the mini blocks as well.
Yeah, when you pull away, you can see them.
Yeah.
Nice. And you got the hay bales there. Nice.
Yeah, making this floor, surprisingly large pain.
Well, that's that is a
Like-
lot of wheat, sir.
That's a lot of wheat
So 9 pieces for each one of these.
for each one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few.
Auto crafter, please.
Honestly, I'd like an auto planter at this point.
Yeah, right. Because that's the thing, is waiting for the wheat to grow.
And luckily, there's a decent farm over there, and there's a slightly smaller farm over there, and I've got a plantation at my place. So you just like rotate through the 3 farms,
Right.
but still, wow.
Okay, Jeannie's saying that that this down here that I thought might have been hers is actually Shelbs' amethyst shop.
Oh yeah. It has shulkers in the floor.
Oh, there they are. Yep.
Like they're well disguised. They fit in very nicely. It's a gorgeous setup, like the
It is.
geode with the thing.
Shelbs is outstanding.
Yeah.
Very nice. And then we have Lux's courthouse.
The amount of work they put into that is amazing.
I say Lux's, but it's really Lux and Taters, right?
Yeah.
I think I showed this off of the stream before, although Lux has done a little bit of work on it since. And I don't want to show off too much of it. Again, I'll let him do that during one of his streams. But we do have a little bit of lore and event that's going to be associated with this build quite soon.
Yeah. If there's anything I love of this build, it's the ceiling in the main hall.
Oh yeah. That Taters did.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
thanks for reminding me about that, because this looks gorgeous.
that's
Beautiful.
that's stunning. Like, even just like, who thinks of that? That's so good.
Yeah. The way the gradient in it is really cool. And the way that it switches off between the light pattern and the dark pattern back and forth. Very cool. See, I would have driven myself crazy with the symmetry. Oh, he's gone. I think he swooned. I think he was so taken by it that he swooned. Sage. All right. I think with that, I should log off at this point. I've gone way over the stream, and, well, not way over. 12 minutes over the stream. That's not way over. But I do... Where is thine master? I do have to go pick up Kachi. There he is. He's back. Calling, ceiling so good it blew out my internet. Indeed. Okay, with that, I'm going to log on out. I might not raid today, because, like I said, I've got to shoot right off and go pick up Kachi. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'll forego raiding and just head right on out and go pick up Kachi. I don't want to be late to go get him. Today's his early release day, so... Right. So we'll just end things here. Thank you, everybody, so much for showing up today. It was a fun stream. And for logging onto the server and interacting with us and stuff. There he is. Just remember, my outro. Just remember that we do this Buffooncraft stream every Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream will be Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That will be Kachi time. And the stream after that will be Wednesday. That's from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll be Generations, and we should be back in the survival world building on that one. All right, everybody enjoy the rest of your afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you happen to be, and make sure that you join us again next time. It's always awesome to see you guys. Bye for now.